All right, for this project, we were asked to do a breakdown of WBS on an event, on an international event. What we decided to do was we decided to take care of the publicity issues, um, which automatically is broken down to pre-event publicity and post-event publicity. We decided that the first thing we should do was to establish the publicity budget and resources and hire a PIO officer, public information officer, to make sure that all of the information went to a single individual to make sure that it was all correct. Second thing we decided was important to take care of was designing a media package. This includes graphic elements, branding styles, and video assets for all social media and all types of broadcasting and everything.
Awesome. And next, with in regards to social media, we decided that social media, being one of the largest, most successful ways to get information out there, that we would use social media as a great focus. Number one thing that was pretty important was to establish a social media expert, someone that would be able to provide resources that we may not be able to come up with, also to maintain and bring forth good information for our social media. Once we established our social media expert, we wanted to go ahead and create a social media site for the specific event, where we would be able to broadcast any highlights and videos and media publicity out that way. We also felt like it was going to be really important for us to bring in social media influencers, as they carry a lot of followers and are able to get our information out to many people that we necessarily wouldn't be able to do without them. Next, we would want to do broadcasting. Isaac, if you want to go ahead and talk about the broadcast portion.
So it's important, even though social media seems to be where the focus is primarily today, old-fashioned broadcasting is still important, and we want to make sure that we get in both the local to the location of the event broadcasting media, as well as international, because this is an international sporting event. So that would include getting in contact and getting the involvement of the various broadcast networks in the various participating countries, as well as traditional print news outlets, things like that, but both video and radio and print news outlets, and then also just in general radio involvement of radio outlets. And then beyond that level, then thinking more general product placement, getting the involvement of partners, such as you see with like an event like the Olympics. You might see involvement of like Coca-Cola or McDonald's, places like that, and getting the media package to them with the various graphic standards and seeing how they modify their products to promote our event as well.
For the post-event publicity, we decided that we're going to have to hit up social media once again to get social media information out there, get the basically get the event outcomes out, send out the highlights and event future information. So each one take broadcasting for this one?
So going along with the social media aspect as well for post-event, we felt like it was important to get a lot of the results and the highlights and the different clips of the actual competitions out, not just on social media, but the old-fashioned broadcasting as well, to reach that audience that may not be social media savvy. Same thing with the social media blast on the broadcasting highlights. Super big focus would be the future event information. So the next championship, next competition, that'll all be broadcasted on the same news outlets, radio outlets, the local international network channels as well. And then also with the product placement, we were thinking same thing with the partners, providing them with whomever wins the championship, memorabilia for that, t-shirts, anything like that with any post-event highlight information, specifically with the winners. Whomever wins the championship, we would want to create a lot of memorabilia with that as well. And so I think that that would be the last main thing that we would need to focus on, and just getting that memorabilia out with that on there.
And also something just occurred to me thinking about social media. Thinking post-event, like long-term, we would want to keep the social media pages up and running all through leading up to the next event, whether that's the next year or 4 years in the future, like in something like with the Olympics. They're going to stay active and keep that in the minds of the people, the followers that we gained that first time around. We want to keep that interest up through social media.
That's a good point. You put all the money into getting it set up initially. Doesn't make any sense to let it drop off.
Right. And so we would need to keep that social media expert all around, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see.
I think that pretty much takes care of the assignment.
I think so too. Anything else anyone wants to add to any of the specifics?
No, I think as much as I can think of, I think that covers what we need to cover.
All right.
Great.